Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream after a couple of weeks break, from at least from streaming. Here we go. We're back at it. Hopefully, everything was going good for everybody. And yeah, these couple of weeks I didn't get to do a whole lot. Just planning the kind of the first couple of missions in the game and just trying to write that out a little bit. And I got to do a little bit of work once I got back on Tuesday, and something that I had planned for a while. I just couldn't like figure out a, a better way to do it, a good, decent way to do it, to add this kind of like a the sewer system in the town that you could use to like kind of um, go around different locations as well. And so I was trying to figure this out a while back, and most of the issues that I was kind of running into is that a lot of the packages that you find on either like the marketplace, like Sketchfab, whatever, they're like for like bigger cities, like the really big kind of sewers type things that you see in bigger video games and such. So for mine, since it's a kind of a smaller area, I wanted to have more like a crawling type of piping and or crouching, not something that more like a tubular setup. And that's why I ended up with this system. And you might recognize it to some extent. It is from a package from Megascans, and what they have is they have these. I can anybody that's interested, I can hopefully show it to you. Let me see if I can find it. And let's see. Oh, again with the sign in. I thought I was already signed in. This system has this session is pretty bad. Let me just sign in here real quick. Um, Actually, do I need to sign in? Let me see if I can find it like this. And the reason that I ended up using it, and let's see, it's this one here. It's because that it's already broken up into pieces pretty well. So it's basically like a pipe kit for like kitchen and drainage and that kind of stuff. As you can see, like the size is really small. And but the shapes is what I was interested in, kind of just being able to put it together in like a modular fashion, so you have like, this piece, you have this piece, this piece, and that way I can like link between different locations in the city and have it that way. And the other thing that I've added to it is just so it makes it look a little bit better is kind of like a little bit of I've added some this little this kind of mesh around here. I think I joined like a couple of the embankment meshes from Quixel and then textured it in Mixer, and also made it so that kind of the water flow, looks like it's moving, so there's like some movement going around. Added a couple of particle effects around where the joints are, and yeah, some lights around here, just like with that have like light functions, so you can kind of see the light shining through the grill. So that way I don't rely on the sun itself, because on the directional light, because it's with this one I can control the lighting a little bit better by adjusting the indirect lighting intensity. And also, uh, once you apply a material function, you can you can have this type of lighting. So without it, basically it's like that. And then once you have a material function, you add this in. A couple of the decals that I've shown you guys in like previous streams where there's like a kind of a water leaking around here, and just a couple of these pieces to break up some of this surface along with some pipes going across the wall. So let's see how it looks from a player perspective. All right, and let me see, where did I? Oops, my bad. So this one is actually, I've made it as a specific, as a separate level. Let's take a look. Where's my levels here? So let's make sure that since I've put it in a separate level, so I can bring it in as a level instance inside of the main level. This one might need I might need to load the levels. So level instance. I think it's load stream level if I recall correctly, and this one is let me see, what was the name of it? It was sewer underscore level. So let's add that in as well. So we can let's see, hopefully this should load that level. And I'm not sure if I can get around that, but let's see. And this kind of lighting around here is just because like the outer rim is really thin, and but once it's under the terrain, I think that should be fine. So this is kind of like another way to get to your location, and of course, you know, you're gonna have the your kind of directional compass like this or with the HUD. And let's see what's going on here. Oh, I think I might be blocked by the collision of on one of these meshes. But yeah, I think it's either this one. I think this one might have a weird collision that that might cause me not to be able to get around it. But hopefully that makes sense. So let's see. I'm just gonna exit through here. Hey, Imran, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, it's been a while. So I'm gonna try and enter through this end over here. Hey, DLL, welcome, welcome. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, there we go. Kind of like around here. So it's going. There's something else here. I would need to figure out. It might be this T connector might have a really, or or because I think it might be because I'm like standing on top of this now, and see like this collision is a little lower than where this is. So as I move across through there, I think the roof might be a little too low here, and that's where I'm hitting. Okay, so that's easily fixed. Yeah, it's been DLO. It's been a while, but thank you so much for joining. When this game would be playable for public? Well, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to have the demo out in the next few months or so. So I'm hoping for it this summer. If you know, again, without life getting in the way. But that's my plan. Just for a demo, and we'll jump into the main level where I'll try to continue building this area. And yeah. Oh, 3 to 5 years. Oh, it's been a long, like Uh, I've been at it for like 10 years, right? If I was to think about it. So yeah, it's been a while. Again, half of that time is spent in a different engine, then moving to Unreal, you know, the learning curve, and again, it's all just done part-time. So yeah, it definitely takes time, but it's fun time. So totally. Yeah, and so I was a mattress. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of things that change, but in essence, some of that is still going to be there, because there will be like a little bit of an area inside of the sewer where you're going to be able to encounter some NPCs, that um, and so that should be fun. And I'm hoping to work on that area, um, you know, uh, today and tomorrow. And main thing. Also, well, another thing that I wanted to mention is that I'm updating some of the shaders to use virtual texture streaming, virtual textures. Kind of just to reduce that message that was popping up over here, and it's happening less and less the more I do it. And so that's why you might see some materials that are broken, and so those I need to fix. So apologies for that. But yeah, as I was saying, it's uh, I'm hoping to get this worked on today and tomorrow, and and get that in. So we'll use like this little manhole cover here to work on the exits, where you can like actually get you know out of the pipes. So yeah, so I'm thinking there's going to be an exit kind of around the laundromat, one behind here, the gas station, one here in the parking lot, one back here, and another one in this alleyway, and probably one over here. So there's going to be a few points that you're going to be able to exit. Also, another small change that I did yesterday is I've kind of this road ended up into like a big cliff, and I didn't really like that. So I wanted to create like a kind of a backside road over here that kind of joins into this one. It's um, I felt it looked a little bit better than you know uh, this warehouse ending up right into the into this cliff. So yeah, that's another thing that I've played around with. Um, yeah. Thank you. I think the goal is in place. Again, it's just there's like refinement that needs to be done and a couple of more things to be added. I think this one might be the last one, but yeah, this is going to be like the playable area. Um, so this area here won't be accessible. But yeah, like the area around where the little village is, the town area, that area will be playable. Well, navigable and playable. So yeah. All right. Well, let's bring in that level and see how that looks. Yeah. So you'll see that there is some materials like this one. This one is, I believe, no, it's actually not broken. I fixed that yesterday, but there will be some materials that you'll have to I mean you'll have to that I'll have to fix. So yeah. Um, yeah, so the player mechanics are in place, the combat, the AI is, decently smart. They will search for you. They will like if you do damage, they have like a detection mechanism. And if you're interested, I can show you some of that as well. But I can set them up to do patrolling and or just like sitting around, like multiple states. And And also, you interact with NPCs, you get the missions, you what else? Uh, I'm still working on some of the save features to be able to save at least some things once you play. But as you can see, there's still some areas in the town that I still need to finish, like this laundromat area, this part over here. So yeah, there's still a little bit to be done. Yes, I can quickly show you right now before we get into anything else. So let me see, where is my start? Um, okay, so it's gonna start over here. That's where the mission is. Let me do um, so at least I can show you a little bit of the interactions, even though like the actual mission is not going to be the one over there. But yeah, let me see, and also add a couple of enemies and some weapons maybe to pick up. I think there might be like an enemy spawner over here. So this guy, let's actually set it to patrol. So we'll just give this guy kind of just a patrolling stance, and I believe there was like a rifle, so I'm gonna go with the rifle to use the rifle for now. So you'll be able to pick it up from over here. Okay, so really basic. Let's jump in here. All right, so one thing that I might have I might have shown. Um, Now, one second, I just need to close some windows back here. I'm not sure when you. Oh, thank you, thank you. So you've seen quickly like the little device, that animation is still to be worked on. It's just really something basic that I made myself, so it looks poor. But so you have the option of doing this, like where you have and as you can see, the hands is the first example of that work that I'm doing as far as the the virtual texture streaming and updating the um, the materials. So with this one, you have the option of going like this with like a physical device and bringing it up from the inventory, which in turn is gonna holster the weapon. So you got to consider things when you do that. But you can also do it so that you can just use the HUD, right? So basically at that point, and yeah, so that's one of the example of the material is not working. So you can like once you press Q, it kind of works the same, but at this point you're not gonna have to put your weapon away. So if you're more like, I just want to have the weapon up at all times, and I don't want to think about bringing up the device, putting the device away, and so on, you can make that choice. And so let's interact with this guy. I hope he's got yeah. I mean the name is not the naming is pretty. Uh, don't look at that like that. But so um, and in this case, you interact with him with this NPC, and they're gonna hand you over, in this case, a bow. You're not really needing it, but I'm just gonna pick it up either way. And so the display, either the HUD or the device, it will tell you where to go. It's kind of this is how it's working. Also, the other thing that it does is you can see that it works as an inventory. So let me actually do the device itself. I think it might the the materials might be a little bit better. So you can see at the top it has like an inventory. and it tells you what you have in the inventory. So basically, if I pick up the pistol or the binoculars, those are gonna light up green, so you know you have those. And so right now there is no fuse box basically, but the prior mission to that was oops, I need to fix some collisions on this little thing here. But that mission was related to this area here, where you'd be able to search for something. And the other thing that this does is let me turn up the volume from this, and you can probably hear it. Hopefully, it's not too loud. So if you hear a beep, and you see you got the word there, investigate. So basically, when you're like in one of those areas, you know, it would start beeping and let you know that there's something there that you need to search for. So basically, once I enter this area, it's like a search area, and I know that I need to pick something up in here. So for example, in this case, is going to be this fuse. I still, yeah, see, I need to do a little bit better, a little bit of a better job with the interaction display. Um, so now you can pick up the fuse. If you want to, you can like, just close these drawers. So there we go. And so let's take a look at, that's just really basic. Unfortunately, it gets attached to the root bone. I need to fix that. So when you holster the device, it's attached to your spine bone or somewhere else where you don't see it, right? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Are those, they're not, so these guys are metahumans. But they are like on a, I think my LOD started too, so it's a lower version of it. Okay, so let me do a little bit of the combat as well. Just to, I mean, it's, it's, basic stuff that you would see anywhere else. And yes, okay, so I still need to fix that issue. I did not get around to fixing this. Uh, what's going on there is that I'm checking to see if the weapon collides with something, so that if it does, then kind of just put it away, like retract it a little bit. And apparently, when you're in the editor, um, these procedural foliage volumes, they generate an overlap event, and that's what triggers that effect. So let's see if it's going to do it now. And I still need to say, okay, you know what? If it overlaps with this type of a thing, don't do it. So let's see if this one works now. All right, so there we go. Kind of how it behaves. Let's see where that dude must be patrolling somewhere. And oh, there you go. So this is kind of how the detection mechanics work. And I went through the building, but pretty standard stuff. And he would like equip his weapon and like shoot at me once he sees me. So nothing too out of the ordinary. And of course, if it's like a headshot, it's a headshot. It would die. And I need to, yeah. So there's like a little thing that I need to hide the detection thing once that enemy is gone. Yeah. So you can like holster the weapon, just like you normally do. And yeah, there's still, like I said, there's like a lot of optimization that still needs to be done, but I think hopefully for the main pieces of it, I hope to be able to get it in, like I said, within the next few months. Not issue, but I'm gonna be visiting some family, and I'll be streaming from there, but hopefully I'll be able to be as productive as I am here. Okay, let's see. Other interactions, just your standard, picking up things, interacting with doors, lock picking doors. Let's see what else. picking up, carrying objects, picking up objects. Um, yeah, I mean that's really kind of the things that come to mind, really quickly. So I yeah, I mean there will definitely be, like the combat mechanics, and also like the stealth part. I still need to work out the better animations for the kind of the stealth takedowns. It wouldn't be like with a hunger system, like if you think of like the survival type of video game, it won't be like that, So you'll be able to replenish health, and that's the other thing that you will see here. So right above your thumb, there's that red progress bar, vertical bar. So that's basically your health. And when you take damage, also the sides of the screen are gonna kind of turn red, just so that it gives you an indication that you're taking damage. And that stuff you'll be able to replenish with like picking up like a food item or things like that. If you think of it like, I'm not sure if you played, the one that comes to mind that I just recently played is Dead Island 2. And in there you can pick up like an energy drink and you consume it right away and it replenishes health. So that's how I'm planning to do the kind of the health mechanics. So, but hunger system, I was thinking of doing it like way in the beginning, but then I thought, oh yeah, I don't want to make it, too survival-ish. So yeah, I think just keeping it simple from that aspect. Yeah, so that's kind of most of it, uh, really in a short, abbreviated version of things. So yeah, you can see like you interact with the NPCs. They can hand you stuff depending on the missions that they're gonna give you. They can give you just missions to go and grab something. And yeah, again, hopefully that made sense, DLL. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your words. It's aside from like a big passion, it's been a lot of fun, to work on these. So yeah, um, I mean, because I do have, I come up with some other game ideas myself as well, but I kind of just jot them down and I might be able to get to them at some point, I hope. But at this point, this is kind of this is the main focus, so to speak. All right, so there's my sewer level. Let me just open this up real quick so I can move all the assets to, or at least some of the assets closer to origin here. So that way I can just move them a little bit easier. All right. So let's jump back in. And I mean, it's common, right? I mean, we have so many things, kind of so many ideas that come to us, and I totally get it. It's sometimes it's hard to stay on track. Like I've had moments where I've like hit a wall with my project, and I was really close to like, quitting, and I thought, I gotta keep going, I can't give up. So that's you know, I kept going at it. All right. Well, let's see. Because this is, I actually haven't, like I said, I know where I want to place like the exits from this, fr from the sewer, but I need to see how I can link them with the current assets that I have for these pieces, right? So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. And to some extent, it can be a little difficult when I mean, we all have this as a day job, right? So it is. Oh, what's going on with these pieces here? Why aren't they moving along with the level? Interesting. My pipes. Those were my pipes. And yeah, sometimes, there's like the real life gets in the way as well. So something that you were thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this and that this week, and then some project at work or something comes along, and you're like, oh man. Let's see, why is those pieces not moving? That's interesting. Oh yeah, so thank you so much for asking. The So this is the sewer, right? But for the bunker, I was kind of thinking of it as, what would a bunker do in here? Kind of, I like the idea of it, but after thinking about it a little bit longer, I thought, it might be better if I just repurpose that into a dam. So it'd be like kind of, and this is like one of the issues with some of the textures, but that'll be fixed. But the same with the normal for these. So I decided to make that, what was a bunker into like the kind of the utilities around the dam, like the inside of the dam, because that one's also, usually with the like I've visited uh, one dam here in the States in Vegas, and I went inside, so everything is inside, like in that uh, structure that was built to hold the water back, right? And there's some things, like electrical things, like um yeah, the Hoover Dam, exactly, exact. And most of them are built that way. Everything is inside of this. Well, not necessarily just inside of this, but like adjacent to it. So, you'd have all like the power facilities down here and up here, some like transmission lines and such. So I was thinking, this could fit for that bunker structure that I had, because it had like, cables going around, like the elevator. So it was kind of an industrial look to it. And I was thinking, okay, this could fit that. I didn't really like the bunker was like, what's a bunker doing here? Was it like was there a war? What was going on? Like why is there the purpose of the bunker? Um, yeah, and that's true. That's true. Um, like I'm trying to think. Like for example, again, a couple of the games that I always reference are um, Days Gone and Far Cry 5. So I kind of get the bunker in Far Cry 5 to some extent. Being in Montana, they were close to like some like nuclear launch sites. With Days Gone, there's like the post-apocalyptic thing, so they built bunkers to protect themselves from the invade the zombies. So I kind of get what they were using that. In my case, there's none of those. So I thought, Okay, well, it's a livable or lived-in area. Let's use like a, man-made kind of structure. We had this kind of like water body over here. It dumps into this like lake system over here. So, you know, yeah, there you go. I mean, bunkers do exactly. You're totally right. You're totally right. And that could have worked as well. But I thought, let's use like the dam. It felt a little bit easier to extend on, like the bunker has only one purpose. With the dam I can have like an electrical room with some big generators, and there's going to be some gameplay around that area as well. And with the bunker, I was having a hard time, placing generators and like kind of big machinery type of things. So yeah. And also another thing, you notice that the video memory has exhausted is way lower than what it used to be. It used to be like 1,000 to like 2,000 megabytes, and now it's like 100. And I believe part of that is kind of converting some textures to virtual streaming, but that's kind of just a lot of kind of work to be done, so it's ongoing type of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So it was like 2 gigs, and now it's down to 140, 150. But yeah, you'll see some of the issues with some of the materials, not working on like this roof over here, and I'm kind of updating some of my master materials to account whether to use virtual textures or not, and so that's an ongoing work, so to speak, so to say. Okay, so let's get back to getting this, trying to place this bunker. And as I was saying, this one's going to be, I'm going to try and focus it right around where some of these openings are going to be. And I'm going to try and place these, here and there in the parking lots. We'll see how it works. I'm thinking the, the main thing with this is going to be to to place where to place these, because I while I would like to place them where there's like concrete and like an asphalt surface, is going to be a little tough, like opening this up, like kind of opening these meshes, because I would have to like cut a hole in it. And so what I was thinking of doing is placing some of these like where the terrain is, because with the terrain I can easily cut a hole in it and do it that way. So the only thing, uh, the issue that I might run into is that there's definitely areas where they might be tough to place just because I have these like concrete surfaces in place. And I'm kind of thinking I might use one of these concrete surfaces to cut an opening in it, and that way I can place these easier, and not worry so much about the location, because I'm always using this asphalt mesh, and yeah, as you can see in some locations it extends past the the visible area of concrete, and it'd be kind of tough to uh, to get it in. So let's see. That's going to be kind of interesting if I want to make a couple of these with a couple of different uh, positions for the openings, and let's see how that's going to turn out. Yeah, that's one of the things that's going to be uh, s- you know, fun-ish to some extent. But yeah, it'd be nice to see, like right now. See, you don't see that message like in some depending on where you look. Sometimes it goes away. And I also have some tabs open, so or like some of these like windows open. So I'm not sure if that impacts things as well. Um, Oh yeah, so I mean, the story is clear. What I'm doing right now is actually like writing out the missions themselves. You know, like when you interact with this person, what are they gonna say? So that's while I was away, I spent some time in trying to draw that out, and you know, uh, kind of the sequence of how the missions are, you know, how you get the missions, right? From the moment you first land, talking to the first character, you know, getting the device and getting the first mission, onto the meeting the next person, you know, getting the next mission from them, you know, performing the mission, coming back to confirm, you know, getting the next mission and so on. So yeah, um, the idea is definitely there. It's just it's just like writing the dialogues um, in a dialogue, you know, in a the dialogues in a dialogue, in a dialogue fashion, you know. So like when you literally like we're talking right now, you know, so you can like be kind of a natural speaking it naturally. Uh, that's actually interesting. So I'll have to look into that because I haven't looked into it. I'll be honest, I haven't looked into it so far, and I don't know how I would go about doing it, to be honest. You know, like um, is it like under tools? I'd have to look at some kind of like a documentation or tutorial on it. So for now, I'm just gonna use, you know, good old Blender and yeah. So and maybe that would be something to show in a follow-in stream, you know, for people that are interested because I knew about it. I've always just kind of um, resorted to Blender, you know, because it was really quick, you know. So yeah, so let's take a look, see how that is. So this one is, what did you call it, as the modeling tool? Model, is it this one, modeling tools editor? So this one here, using caution with shipping projects. All right, well, let's try it out. We'll do a restart here and see how things turn out. Because I'm curious myself, so why not? We'll do it here. In the meantime, I'm also going to fire up Blender just to have that available. So I have the sewer here. Also, another thing is I'm really looking forward to 5.4 to try that out because, you know, according to a video I watched from one of their demos from GDC, they were claiming some pretty big performance improvements. They were like um, citing the city sample as a pretty good improvement. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, wish I would have known. I'm just gonna jump into that level because I can't remember the name of the assets, especially the like that manhole opening. So we'll see how that works. All right, there we go. So back in here, we have this thing, and you might need to guide me on this. How do I open up that? All right, just click the mesh. Is it right click or mode top left, modeling, modeling. Okay. Oh, nice. All right. So how do we cut something in it, right? That's what we want to do. Hey, Imran, not yet. There's still a few, I got a couple of plugins that have not been updated to 5.4, so I'm waiting for those before going to 5.4. All right, so now, DLL, how do you cut? Or like, I guess it's, is it not a voxel? Is it voxel? Use a cylinder. Okay, so cylinder, we've added a cylinder, so it'd be like this size. Um, First of all, let me also duplicate this so I have a backup. Okay, so now I have a cylinder. I'm guessing, so let's put it, since this one's gonna make a change into this mesh. Let's put it maybe here. I'm not sure for now. Oh yeah, let's keep it here at this end. We'll see how this looks. And oh man, I'm so bad at this. Oh shoot, Al, sorry to hear. Put it inside the thing you wanna. Yeah, so basically this is where I want to put the hole, and then how do I thought scaling was. This is not scaling. I got a rotation. I got rotation and um, put it inside the thing. Mesh boot. Oh, I guess it's radius. So let me do the radius. Sorry. All right. So let's say the radius would be this big. I'm not entirely sure. I think that opening is a little too big for the character too. So we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so here it is. And select mesh boot. Mesh boot. Where is that mesh boot? Um, do I need to accept it or do I need to, let's see if it actually goes through the mesh. It does, okay. Now one of the tabs must be poly model. Is it shape modeling, deform? All right, so I'm gonna create this. Do I need to create it right now? I mean, do I need to accept this? I'm guessing that's the question. Or do I need to go into one of these tabs and oh, the poly model section. The modeling tool is confusing. I mean, I think at first it might be a little bit, but let's see. Is it model, poly group, plane cut? It's not a plane cut. Is it polycut? Oh, polycut. Okay, that looks like. All right, so if we do polycut, so it's a circle. Well, so I guess you can do a polycut inside of this. So let me cancel out of this. So I have this object, this model here. Oh, wait. So I think I might, maybe I'm getting this now. So in here, I do a polycut like this, right? Am I getting this? Am I getting this right? I think it looks, because it looks like it's cutting through it. Uh, so let's hit accept. Oh, I think that might have done it. Oh, that's, I am liking this. Uh, thank you so much, DLL. I am definitely liking this, this little tool here. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, so let me, I'm gonna try and place this around here. I think the character might be a little too, I mean, that opening might be a little too big. So let's see, where is this here? We'll see how it is once I go into game mode and place like a, because I want to place like a ladder, right? To go down into the sewer area. Oh, that was totally quicker. Thank you. It was just like, and I kind of get Atlam as well. It's a little confusing at first, but once you get into using it, it's actually really powerful. I like that. It was definitely, thank you. Yes, so Atlam, let's do that. I'm gonna do that now. And visibility. Let's open the terrain up here. There it goes. That's an opening. There we go. And we'll see how big this is as compared to the player, because I think it's a little large. Also, kind of the size of the opening for the sewer might be a little big. So let's see how this one works. I still don't know why it doesn't move these eye scatter tools. That's a little odd. See if I select, no, I don't want to select everything. I just want to select everything in this level. Can I select? Just gonna go like this. All right, so that works if you move it like that, but that was kind of odd why I didn't, I'm not sure why, but anyways. So there's our opening there for the sewer. And yeah, as I was saying, once you're under the level, it's we don't have that issue with the sunlight anymore. But now let's see about the scale of this opening, because I'm not sure if I made it a little too big. There remain several things. Okay, yeah, so this is, and as you can tell, this was my first time using the modeling tools, so it's, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to find this one option, but that's cool. Yeah, they just rename it. Huh. All right, well, let's see. This is gonna be fine like that. I'm just gonna save the changes. I thought I saved the changes. Where did my... Oh, come on, really? It didn't want to save the changes? Let me see if I just move this and I jump into game mode if it's gonna update the positioning, because I think I might need to update it might need to update the positions um of the scatter tools, I'm hoping. All right, we'll leave it like that. All right, let's jump into game mode. Um, um, yeah, I do really like the plugin because you can, once you have everything in place, you can break it, and and this is exactly why I wanted to save um, save that object because I already have like copies of this, so I should have like replaced it the first time. There's like another opening there because it's the same mesh. So I think that might be a little too big. Let's see how it looks once I get the ladder to kind of go down into it. But yeah, DLL, I do love this plugin. What I was gonna say is that once you're done creating it, you can literally break it into its individual pieces, and at that point you can either create like a pack level actors level packed level actor from those pieces, so that way it's just they're all instanced, and yeah, it's really powerful. Uh, Yeah, Boolean is very useful. I definitely like that polycut. I have to say that one was really nice to have. All right, so I'm just gonna go in here. Let me gonna delete this so I can hopefully fall through and down in here. And there it goes. It updated, it refreshed its positioning basically, like the eye scatter stuff. Okay, so now that I have that, let's see if I can actually enter it. And we'll see how that works. Let's place a ladder first. And I have every single time I'm trying to figure out if the arrow is like how you approach it or if it's like, but I think it's how you approach it. So it's going to be on this side. And you're going to go down in here. I'm hoping the collisions are also in place. Let's do the step numbers to about there. This is probably not the best, opening because it's gigantic. So I need to fix that. Oh, sorry, I kind of missed some of the comments. Um, this is what I'm doing. I'm modeling Unreal as I don't know Blender. Yeah, I do like. Uh, there's definitely some things that I probably wouldn't know how to do in here, and I'm already pretty fast at doing them in Blender. But this tool was awesome to use because if I export this into Blender, I'm not going to know exactly where I want to cut it. So I'm just going to put a cut somewhere where I'm not seeing it in game, and I think um, that's good to have. Yeah, I'm happy to see you guys chatting. That's always good. I love that. Thank you. All right. Well, let's try the ladder. I think 6 might be enough. Wondering if it's too far out. Will I be able to? Let's see how this works. If it's if the collisions, my main fear is like the collisions with the player, but let's see how that works. All right. So say you come from this end. Oh hey, what about that? Whoa, that was that turned out way better than I expected, to be honest. Excuse me. But let's see if we can also exit. Hey, nice. So it's going to be a matter of refining this opening so that it looks a little bit normal, and not because right now that mesh was not is good, but not really feasible for like a concrete surface. So I need to find something maybe through like mega scans or like or something like that that could make this work. So let me see. There it goes. And it goes into it. It's a little bit odd in here. I might need to adjust some things so that because right now it's really close to it. I think I might need to push it a little bit further back because once it's in that opening, let's kind of place it over here. And I'm also going to place like a kind of like the mesh itself. Um, AI will call for you. Exactly. Excuse me. All right, so let me put a ladder like an actual mesh reference so we can see how that looks. Where is that? Ladder. I think this might be. Let me see if this one is about the proper scale. I think that should work. There we go. It's pretty well positioned, I think. Let me decals, no decals. Let me put it down here and try to match like the ladder rungs to it. It's not perfect, but it might it might work. Let's try and just bring it down a little bit further. Damn, this sewer is dirty. Okay, so that's about kind of where it's about flush with the asphalt and with the ladder to some extent. And it's just enough that you can like, my hope is that you can reach it considering the collisions of the sewer. So let's see how this is gonna work. Yeah, and I know that like I've played, and even in even in Far Cry, even in like Dead Island 2, there's like sometimes I like now that I know some things, I notice issues with like interactions, issues with like, well, this guy was already overlapping, so why can't I? I need to like get out of the overlapping area and then interact with him again. So I get it. It definitely happens. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna come up in here and get down the ladder. Oh, it's kind of pushed into the wall, and it's still in its. So that works a little bit better. I might need to widen the collisions in this thing here, because I think after that everything works just fine. It's just a matter of once you get on and off the ladder, it's really tight, and that's why I need to fix it. So over there, I think it's almost good enough, but almost good enough is not good enough. Hey, salud, Bob. Welcome, welcome. I am live. Yes, we are live. At least for another hour or so. So welcome to the stream. All right, so I'm going to try and position this as close to that as possible. And then See, like the main thing with this one, with the ladder, is that it's got this interaction box here. And to some extent, it's considering like the collision from, I'm thinking this light can go away because there's not a grill here. But yeah, like I was saying, considering the collision between the, let me make this a little bit bigger. So considering the collision of the sewer down here and where the ladder is, you're not really exiting this box properly. So let's see if I can make this a little thinner on this. Hopefully it's not gonna break anything. We'll see. Um, so the blueprint has this collision box, right? So it knows that, okay, you overlapped with this. I'm gonna go into like a climbing mode. Um, the issue is that this extends um, out a little too much, I think. And that's why if I'm gonna try and make this trigger box a little thinner, and hopefully like this. So what I'm hoping for is that once you get off the ladder in a tight space, and so once you get off the ladder in a tight space, you're not going to be overlapping that anymore, right? Hey, Adrian, welcome, welcome. Adrian, I can tell you, I didn't use Unity. So I started, when I first started the whole game development journey, so to speak, it was, I took a look at like the major three at the time. You know, it was Unreal, CryEngine, and Unity. You know, CryEngine was really popular. Like there was like Crysis and all those kinds of Rise, all those like really nice looking games. So I kind of looked at the shiny things, array of things, and I started with it, and because the rendering and everything else was nicer with CryEngine at the time. And after a while, I realized that I need to move. So I moved over to Unreal because um, that was kind of the closest and easiest to understand for me. I had most of my friends that had used CryEngine. They moved to Unreal as well. So I had some resources there, and glad to have that. Yeah, and that's I think it's you know I definitely love Unreal. It's I really enjoy using it. Okay, there we go. I think that works. So I can like rotate around here, and if I close in, I can like engage the ladder. So that's good. Um, But yeah, Adrian, I think there's a place for all these engines in the marketplace. You know, everybody does it a little different. Yeah, I think in the end, like I've played games made with CryEngine. I think I've played games made with all the engines, and you know, it's um, it's totally fine for me. All right, there we go. I think that works. Let me do something for this ladder here real quick. So this is not visible in the engine. Um, Step count, add static mesh component. Let me make this so it's not Not visible in the engine. Set visibility. Oh, it's actually debug on. It's this part here. Okay. All right. So we have that worked out. It's so the entering into the um, into this works works as expected. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I think it definitely was a good decision because literally almost no support. And a lot of it is, you know, they have a lot of dedicated people, right? But they can't like answer all the questions, so it is, their marketplace is non-existent, unfortunately. And while it's all props to everybody making a game from scratch completely by themselves, like 3D assets, everything else. um I don't think I could do it, given my time constraints, so having the marketplace with Unreal and all the resources is a godsend. It's like it's all awesome to have. All right, well, we have an opening, and unfortunately, a lot of all these pieces have an opening now, but that should be easy to address. But what I was gonna do is I was gonna create a couple of more, or at least try to link into it. Um, well, in DLL, I think a lot of the games, I think Unity focuses more on mobile, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with on it with mobile, they probably rule. Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, so it's really like a mock-up now. We'll continue with adding some more pieces to this level then. Let's go ahead and see how we can get more done in here. Because of course, there's going to be kind of some dead ends where you're not going to be able to move across. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Now it's also a matter of getting the water to flow in the directions they wanted it to. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good issue to have. So yeah, if you guys, while I work, thank you so much for chatting. But if you have any questions for me, just tag me and at least I'll notice that. My apologies if I don't answer all the or like contribute to all the chat. All right, so now at least the water seems to be going in the right direction, which is good. All right, let's see. I think around this point, we might be able to put another piece in here. And maybe right in the middle of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up with another one of these, just so that we get some kind of light shining through the tunnel, or through not the tunnel, but you know what I mean, through the sewer here. So that would be like a kind of like just like a grate. Excuse me. so we have this piece here. Let's see, is the water still going in the right direction? Looks like it. That's good. Hopefully I'm not gonna have too many like civil engineers, or I mean, you know, complain about uh the civil engineering part of this game. All right, so let's get one of these guys from here with the grate. And try and move it to, not to there, but to here. And the opening is right about there. So basically what I'm trying to do for this is, and it's kind of a little bit too far out, so I might need to move this in a little bit. But for that, it would be like kind of just like, let me save this real quick. Because if somebody was to check, like actually, walk around is like, where is this opening at? So at least this way, there'd be like a sewer grate over here. So it would kind of give a little bit of a reference as to, oh, okay, well, there's an opening around that area. So it's not, right now, it's not exactly on point because again, we're just like prototyping some of these placements. So uh, definitely it's going to be, I'm not going to place it, leave it there, but it's about in the right spot. And what I wanted to do here is, where is my, did I not copy that one? Apparently I just copied the light. So what I wanted to copy as well is, there's like another piece to this. And I can't believe if I deleted it or not. I hope not. There's that, but oh man, did I delete it? So what I have is this little material that actually kind of brightens up this area. So it looks like there's like a kind of light coming through, and coupled with that uh, with the with the spotlight, it it kind of helps giving the idea that the light is coming through. But apparently I've deleted that, so we'll just have to place it back in. But first I wanted to get this kind of this cover here and move it to where we've put the new opening, which is back there. Also, one thing that I need to keep in mind is that the terrain is going to start sloping, so I need to make some turns, which is also nice, because it gives like a little bit of, it's not, straight kind of, navigating just in a straight line, which I've never really liked. So sorry for losing some of the chat, but DLL, which one of the editors are you talking about? Is it the one from was it Proton? There we go. So we have like a grate covering here with the kind of the sun coming through. Oh, oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, I have to be honest. I've been getting some like the crashes sometimes they're like really odd, like when it crashes it's like I don't get it. Why did that happen? Because I wasn't doing anything like out of the ordinary or so some of them in DLL, that's exactly it. I've noticed that because I think at one point I was doing a little bit too many actions and then I did an undo and at that point it's just choked. It couldn't, I'm not sure if it couldn't take it or it's like I'm done with you. You're clicking way too fast and this is not how I operate. You know? All right, so let me add that plane in here, which apparently I deleted for I'm not sure why. Oh, I might have deleted it when I removed the cover. That's what might have been the problem. So let me add that material and I'll show you what the effect of that is. Um, Hopefully I can find it. I was hoping that I was going to find it, but is it? I thought it was this one. All right, so it's something like this. So what this does, it's kind of creating that little haze around that opening. If I can find a good setting for it. So something like this. So that's one. And the other one is, I was thinking that I've had done it because these are not going to be openings, right? So I need to kind of give the idea that the sun is shining through. And that's what I'm, excuse me. That's what I'm trying to do here with this, but I can't recall what I did to get this emissive working properly. If it was like in the decal, um, let's check this out if this is gonna work. Bear with me for just 1 second here. Hey Bob, thank you so much for stopping by. DLL, yeah, have a good night. I know it's probably late over there. What is it like almost 9:30 in the evening. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'll do another one tomorrow. Take care. All right, so let's see, guys. I'm gonna try and get this in as a let's see how this is gonna work. Hopefully. Something like that. That's what I'm looking for. So hopefully that makes sense as to what I was trying to do for this grate. You know, so you got kind of when you looking when you're looking up, it's and I think this decal is a little too far down, but yeah. So basically, when you're looking up, you get this. It looks like the sun is shining through, but it's not really. It's just kind of we're faking this here, and basically what I did is I've just added the mask, literally like this light is using the this light function is using this grid here, which is just the alpha from that grate, and um, the same alpha is used in the grate to do the emissive, and that's all there is. That's all it does. I mean, the only thing is, I'm hoping it looks like it's aligned. I'm just hoping that I'm doing it like, because if you pay attention to it, like if I was to rotate it, that doesn't really match, right? So it's gotta be like this. And I forgot to make this movable. That's why there's that X sign there, complaining about, I think when you first drag them in, they're like that. So there we go. So there we have an opening here for another grate. Let's quickly save these changes, and I'll just need to make this a little thinner because it was like coming through that. Okay, there we go. So we got that grate. This is not it doesn't open. So that's why I'm gonna try and make the ones that are opened a little bit more obvious, kind of like just sticking out of the ground like this, and I'm gonna fix this edge. Probably just gonna make another cut into it, but I think you can subdivide that cylinder. Right now it's like what, like a octahedron or whatever that thing is called. Not like a it's got like how many faces? 10 faces or so. But let's continue on with these pieces. And this one here is getting close. And I need to start turning. And for that, I believe I already have that piece made. So I can try and use this one here. Let's go back into edit. And I'm gonna grab this piece and just place it over here so we can start to turn. Just like that. And I believe this is at 45-degree angle. And the only trouble that I'm running into here is that this mesh, I'm gonna need to move it around a little bit because they start to overlap a little weirdly here. All right, well, let's see if we can, how can we make it down this slope now? And for that, trying to use the same piece again. To see if we can curve a little bit and go down there. So with this one, I think I might need to have a material variant where the flow of the water, kind of like the that flow of the water, goes in a different direction. All right, so now this one goes like that, and let's get this long pipe and try and angle it down. So it's at 45. And somewhere uh, around this area here, which is kind of like a lower point in town, is going to be like this little kind of center, um, kind of a bigger stand-up area, or basically where you can stand up, and where you're going to meet a couple of some of the other friendly NPCs, but you know, because it's just going kind of draining downhill a little bit. We'll see. Hopefully we can join these together easily. And what I'll need is, I'm gonna need to move that away. Let's try and do that here. All right, so this one of these pieces, oh yeah, so this piece is all the way in here, which I don't think I really need to. I can just rely on this one piece here. Tricky with those pipes. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, you know, adjust your expectations of where the openings are going to be, but yeah, I think it's slowly getting there. Got another question, if I may. Of course, is it possible to import from Blender and oh, what's an NLA animation? I have to ask. I'm not sure if I've heard that term before. I'm sorry. All right, so there's our opening in that current piece. Let's see where this pipe gets us. Oh, it gets us pretty close. So we might need to adjust that a little bit. Just gonna place this over there. For just like kind of prototyping, placing these in here. this piece, we'll try and make it join with where this is at. To above there, and there shouldn't be any issues with us scaling this to make it a little bit longer. Try and make things match as best as possible. There we go. So the opening is a little bit more to the side, at least in its current position. Um, so when you make an animation in Blender, you got two options, the NLA in which you assign types of actions animation. Oh, yeah, I am so sorry, Bob. That's like way above my skill level with Blender. So my apologies. I don't know how that would be. Yeah, I think that's one of my very weak points is animations because I mostly rely on either I make like a simple animation in the engine or there's something available on the marketplace. And luckily, or Miximo, luckily there's always been something available on the marketplace. But yeah, that part is um, way above my skills. All right, let's see if we can get this in the same place. Especially when it comes to tubes, is always nice to make it like the pivot point to make it at one end of it and not in the middle. I've seen some packages that have made them like in the middle, and it's kind of tough to use. But but this is almost in place. I need to make like a brace or something for some of these joints that are not, you know, really perfect, so to speak. Okay, so we got that there. Let's um, let's commit the changes, and we'll do a navigation through this sewer. Just gonna paint an opening here. This one, for now at least, let's actually not rely on one of those, but just a regular, because it's a regular opening. So kind of make it like that for now. All right, the water is flowing the right direction, which is, or I thought it was, not really. Oh, I need to fix the flow of this. My bad. And I think with the reflection, it also helps with whether if you don't have like a flashlight, which you will, it's just not, I'm not sure why, I'm trying to figure out why it's not working properly. And but yeah, if uh, you'll have a flashlight either way, but all right, so there you go. It comes through that end. You're gonna go through here. That one's gonna be blocked. Through here, down through here, And there is an opening, so let's add a ladder onto that end there. Kind of same way as we just did. Okay, let's see how this works. What areas are we gonna get stuck into? And I'll try to fix the the headlamp. Let's see if that's gonna work out. I'm starting to think like this has like an emissive, and I was thinking, oh, there's gonna be, it can light up a little bit, but yeah, not so much. But it's a comforting light. All right, so we don't want to go towards that end, but we want to go this way. So yeah, Bob, I mean the Mixamo stuff, I've gotten quite a few of them, and they work out pretty well. And what am I hitting here? This is going to be an interesting one. What is like an obstacle here or something? I can go this way, but this way I'm hitting something. What is it? But that's good. You can navigate to that end. And I'm going to be adding some, probably later on tonight, I'm going to be adding some actual like water dripping sounds, and, you know, kind of like an underground, not an underground, but like a kind of a whooshing uh, wind, you know, sound. Hopefully you get you get what I'm trying to say. Um, and you know, to make it feel like you're underneath and not the birds chirping sounds. Oh, thank you, Bob. Thank you. Glad you like it. And but let me see about the flashlight. Let's see how that works. So my current flashlight is on the with the ALS setup. What it has, it's got the player camera manager, and I have attached the spotlight onto the device socket, but I'm not entirely sure why it doesn't work, which is kind of odd. So let's pull it forward a little bit. Let's try this again. That's interesting. I'll need to figure out why that doesn't work properly. Yeah, there's no headlight turning on. So yeah, something to probably fix this evening. We'll see what's going on there. And the other thing that we wanted to look at real quick is the kind of the object collisions over here to see what was that? What was I hitting? Oh, I was hitting this little piece here. So I think the collisions from this big piece, they're extending out a little too far. So this one here, let's try and fix this real quick. So simple collisions, yeah, see they're like going a little bit too far outside of that. See if we can select all these pieces and scale them down a little bit to make them match. Because I really wanted, at least before the end of the stream, to exit through that. I think that should work. To exit through that through that ladder. Kind of going in through one side of the sewer and exiting through the other one. All right, let's try this one more time. We'll see if we hopefully end the stream on a high note. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and refine the entrance part of it because it's still a little bit off. It doesn't enter properly where you engage the ladder. I have to like kind of move back and forward a little bit, so I'm gonna fix that as well. So let's walk through here. I need to adjust this a little bit better because if I look too far down while holding the device, it goes through a surface here. So, oh yeah, that's why. So there's like, I think the collisions can be brought up a little bit higher because right now I'm like, though it's kind of cool that you're like sinking into the soot or the dirt at the bottom of the sewer. It's it might have some problems with the device and some other weapons where you're like pointing them through the ground or something like that. Let's see if this one's gonna work. Apologies for it being really dark with the flashlight not working. See if we can get past this. There we go. You see the light at the end of the sewer. Let's see if we engage the ladder. There we go. And exit. Hey, what's up? All right. Yeah. I think that with some of the adjustments that I'm gonna need to make, I think that worked out. I think it was a pretty good stream today, guys, and really appreciate everybody taking the time to stop by and comment and chat with others. So I think that's gonna be it for me for today, and I'll do another one tomorrow, same time. Hopefully I'll see some of you then. If not, have a great week coming up, and have a good rest of your day, night, morning. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye.